Hey everybody, I'm Hamza Krumza, and today I'm going to be showing you a really exciting build for 20 elephants in 20 minutes. While this is mostly geared towards a pocket player in a team game, I've even been able to pull it off in certain 1v1 situations, and have even pulled it off in ranked and won myself some elo. So I hope you all enjoy, and let's get to it. So the whole 20 elephants in 20 minutes build started off more as a meme than a real strategy, but after a conversation with a viewer named Perius and after looking at some of the math, I realized, hey, this might actually be possible. The Malay have a couple things in Definitive Edition that can make this viable, and the first of course being the fact that their battle elephants are 30% cheaper than any other civ. This makes their elephants cost even less than a standard knight. The second bonus, of course, is that the Malay advanced age is 80% faster, meaning that you can build a very strong Dark Age economy without having a late castle time. This build also is viable because of how little time you actually have to react if it's executed appropriately. Comparing side by side with 20 knights, the Elephantos take the town center down in only 10 seconds, while knights require about double that. This means that the knights would be taking more damage and also allowing the enemy more time to react. While they might be faster, the damage output is not comparable. As a disclaimer, this is not a sustainable build, as the Malay do not get any armor beyond the first upgrade and are missing bloodlines, but hopefully it won't matter since you should be ending the game long before that, and you won't have the resources to purchase those upgrades anyways. That being said, I've been taking feedback from Reddit and you the viewers and recording myself pulling the strategy off in a real ranked 1v1 situation, so let's get right into it. Alright, and let's get started. So we're going to open up standard and we're going to build our two houses, scout with our sheep / llamas in this case, find all the llamas that we can, or cows depending on what the map is, and we're going to really flesh out the inside of our base here. So we got, looks like we have all of our llamas there. Let's just get this dark end over here, and we're also going to task our first 6 villagers onto the sheep. Now, what I'm going to do here, I also recognize the fact that I don't have my deer inside the gates. So we're going to pull over a llama to keep the gate open. And we're going to start luring in deer. So we really want to lure in deer as soon as we possibly can. If our deer are outside the gate, we're going to leave ourselves open to a lot of counter aggression. And the enemy scout could get some type of hit in on us, and that would just kind of mess up the strategy, and we'll see a little bit later how that works. So we're going to send our 8 through 11 population over to wood, since we have our first 6 villagers onto the food. So let's actually go and build that lumber camp. Perfect. We're luring deer. And we're just going to keep our sheep there inside the gate, just to make sure it's propped open. And let's try to task these villagers all to different trees. And let's just go back to luring our deer. Okay, perfect. So what we're doing here, we just want the villagers that are on sheep or on the deer to always be on food. It doesn't really matter if they're on sheep or if they're on deer. You just want them on some type of food source. So we're luring in deer as much as we can. If we don't lure a deer in time, no problem. We can just, go find a sheep to actually go kill and harvest food from there. We're going to send our 12th villager also onto food. Now, you could send this 12th villager to go lure a boar, but in this case, we found our sheep pretty early. Also, we just missed that scout from taking our sheep there in the gate, so that's actually a big risk. Don't let that happen. And here we go. Let's lure a boar here. Let's use the 13th villager to actually go and build a house onto the side. And let's take the next 5 villagers and let's put them onto food. So like I said, it doesn't matter what this food is, right? It doesn't matter if that's berries, it doesn't matter if it's boar. They just need to be on a food income or a food resource. So we're luring in the deer here. Perfect. And we sent one of our villagers the wrong way. Let's go build a mill there. And let's keep luring the deer. Okay. So we also want to make sure that our villagers' production is constant here. Just as a heads up, we're going to be staying in Dark Age a little bit longer than in any normal fast castle build. So generally on closed maps you would go 26 plus 2 or 27 plus 2 if you're getting loom. But in this case, because we're Malay and we go up to each age 80% faster, we can actually afford to build some extra villagers in the Dark Age. And that's one of the reasons why this whole build is viable, right? So let's prop open the gate again. And let's make sure that we're doing a good job there. Let's take one of those villagers, the Lord of the Boar. Where is the boar exactly? Don't know. Let's see. Oh, there he is. Okay. So let's just finish loading this deer in. And then we can go Lord of the Boar. Okay, so let's take a berry villager, Lord of the Boar, perfect. And we're wasting some time here with our boar villagers underneath, and that's just because of a slip up by me. So I tried to task them here just to attack anything. We're going to lower the boar as far as we can underneath the town center, organize our food economy as best we can, and send our 20 through 24 population onto wood. So that was a little bit sloppy, right? But I actually wanted to make sure I showed you guys that just because, honestly, this build can be pulled off even if you are sloppy like that. I know the 20 nights and 20 minutes build is much more strict on the amount of mistakes that you can make to get your knights out by that time, but this is a little bit more forgiving. Obviously, I didn't do it on purpose, but it works out for the video. So let's send over a few villagers to berries. Let's get our 24 population onto wood. And we're doing well. So we actually have a really close spawn to the enemy as well, so that's perfect. And that means that our elephants, which are a relatively slow animal, are going to have to not travel too far of a distance. We're going to build that house with our 23rd villager. Or 23rd population villager, not a 23rd villager, but... And we're going to send over the 24th to wood. Okay, now the next 6 villagers, all the way up to 30 population, are all going to go into gold. And what you might want to do here, actually, with your scout, now I'm out here exploring, but if your opponent is going for any type of feudal aggression, that is going to put a wrinkle in the strategy because you are going so heavy in the Dark Age. You don't want to be out with your scout when the enemy has a feudal scout, because that's +2 attack and that's going to put you in jeopardy. So in this case, I see that he's still Dark Age, even though he might be going feudal soon. I'm a little concerned to where his scout might be, but we're just going to deal with that for now. And the risk to me is I just want to know where my resources are in case this goes a little bit longer than we might expect. So let's come over. Let's explore some of the dark areas of the map. And, okay. So we have our 7 villagers on berries. We have our 7 villagers gathering sheep. Doing pretty well there. Our 30 villagers should be onto gold soon. Now, what you want to do once you actually get to your 30 population is you're going to queue up your feudal, and then immediately, once you hit feudal, go and build a barracks with one of your berry villagers. Now, I haven't done too much experimentation as to whether it can be a wood villager as well, but I've always found best that it works with a berry villager, and it should finish as we're reaching castle age there. Also importantly, you want to hide your military production buildings, because this scout here, if it sees that barracks, it will, or your enemy will know that you're going for some type of aggression. So he's still in Dark Age, which means he's also going for fast castle, which is perfect. That means that he's not going to be able to respond to this. The second you see that your opponent is going fast castle, I think you've won half the battle. So opponent's going fast castle, perfect. That's how it. That's the time that a normal feudal age should hit. Let's just build a house while we wait for castle age. And once we hit castle age, we're going to build a barracks. We're going to build we're going to build a stable, and we're going to build a blacksmith. And we're going to build as many farms as we can with our idle villagers from sheep. So let's do that. Let's build farms. Perfect. And in this case, we're not going to build any villagers because we need that food for our elephants. And also we're going to be pop capped anyway, so we don't want to do that. And we're going to speed build the stable just that we get to castle a little bit faster. Click castle. Perfect. We are on par for time to reach 20 elephants in 20 minutes. Now he's kind of giving away his position with his scout. We're going to go chase him down. Hopefully we can kill the scout before we actually make the push. If we can get any damage on the scout, or if we can force the scout in a specific direction, we win the game, flat out. Because you cannot respond to this in time if you scout it when it's at your base. So let's go look for that scout. We're going to try to kill him, or try to at least wound him away from actually looking at our base. We're going to build a few farms as well, as you can see. And we're also going to build another stable on the way to our Castle Age. Now, those berries are going to run out pretty soon, and when they run out, we're going to build as many farms as we can. But for those who can't actually build the farms, we're going to send them over to straggler trees that are near the town center. The reason why we don't want to send them all the way back to the lumber camp is because we need them close to actually build farms when they can. So now we're going to build our elephants as soon as we get here, and we're going to build them non-stop. So at this point, we should just be building a few houses, building farms when we can, and producing elephants. Now we can go use our scout to go and look for the enemy scout, just to make sure he can't see this coming. Again, for the military production buildings, build them in the back so your enemy cannot see it coming. What you'll also notice is that our opponent hit Castle Age now, which is a normal time, right? Around 1530, that means they went 27 plus 2. Perfect. Because we're Malay, we actually got to Castle Age faster than them with more villagers. So we're constantly building elephants, we're not building any villagers, and we are just scouting around now. We have a nice little mass there. What can he do? What can she do? Okay, so since she's idle, we'll just send her over to gold. Let's build farms, and let's just keep the elephant production up. We're doing a really nice job here. So, have about 8 elephants. You also don't want to show, so something that might come up is, you know, can I go at 10 elephants? Can I go at 16 elephants, or something to that effect? You can, it's not a problem, but if you do, if you don't have a critical mass of elephants to end the game right there, you're putting yourself in a really bad situation, because you've invested into cavalry upgrades, you've invested into elephants, and this all in, and you haven't ended the game. So this scout can't see anything. The only thing they can see is we have some houses on the edge. We also scouted that town center over there, so that means that he's clearly going for a boom if he has a town center near stone. He's Britain, so he's definitely being greedy, but this is how we punish greedy players. We go for 20 elephants. Okay, so we have both stables producing. I'm going to try to keep them producing non-stop. It's very difficult because you're going to run into food shortages. And we're doing a good job. We're doing a good job. Let's go look for that scout, if we can go find it. And let's see. And we luck out here. Perfect. So we're going to want to hit the scout. Perfect. And now we have the damage advantage here. We will kill his scout before he kills ours, so now he has to run away or make some form of adjustment or run to a hill. That's fine. We don't care about that because we're just trying to force him away from where elephants are. So now we can go rush. So our score looks like we're booming, right? So he shouldn't suspect anything different, other than it might be a little bit suspicious that, you know, we don't have a town center on our gold and we don't have a town center in the back. So it's very clear that we might be going for some aggression. He just doesn't know what. Could be archers, so he could be prepping counter archers. So now that we have our 20 elephants, we're going to start the march. We're going to start the Stampede. So on our way over, it is very important that we get scale barding armor so that we last a little bit longer if they have any type of counter units. We're also going to last longer under fire there, under town center fire. And we're also going to get husbandry, because if he has monks, we need to be able to be fast enough to chase them down, or apply enough pressure to the monks that they can't convert, right? So that's the whole point of husbandry. We don't really care. I think it's more crucial actually than forging, because you're already doing so much damage, it doesn't matter. But after you get those 2 upgrades, just keep pumping out elephants as much as you can. Rally them over to your enemy's base, and here we are. So we've arrived. He knows we're here. What can he do to respond? It's 20 elephants. He can quick wall us, but he doesn't quick wall us fast enough. And it wouldn't matter anyways, because we would get in. And there we are. It's beautiful. So now that earlier demonstration of killing town centers in 10 seconds, we're going to kill in about 20 seconds because we have elephants that we're splitting up into groups. Perfect. That's 2 town centers down. Yep. And now we're going to go see what else he's got over there. His archers aren't upgraded. He doesn't have pikes. He's building barracks. He needs to build some sort of monastery to try and convert my elephants, but at this point, it's too late. We've destroyed 2 of his town centers. He's built 2 more, but those look like they need to be destroyed as well. We're chasing down his villagers with our husbandry, and he looks like he'll say some nasty words, but that's fine. We're just here to play the game. And there is the W. Perfect. So that's the 20 elephants in 20 minutes guide. Just to be 100% transparent, this build obviously is pretty good, but it's not unstoppable. So as I tried it against 2 other opponents around the same rating that were able to scatter early enough to build monks and pikes. But if you're able to actually hold and keep your opponent's scout away and hide this long enough, then it can be a game ender. That being said, that's all for this video, and I really hope you enjoyed the build. I'm always looking to improve on these videos, so let me know if you have any suggestions or improvements on how to make these better, and I'll see what I can do. Check out the Discord down in the description. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.